Welcome back, fellas, to a weekly recap. I am so sorry I did not get to you guys last week. The first week of October is a very, very crazy week for me. That happens to be. But thank you for welcoming me back. And I'd like to welcome in Billy Bean, aka Throw Rogan Experience, aka Joaquin, who scored an impressive 182.64 points this week. Shout out to you, Jack. Any words?
What do I do with my hands? I don't know what to do with my hands.
Excellent, excellent. So great week this week, Jacker. Proud of you, man. It was a fantastic week for you, definitely. Anything to say to the league?
Product placement number one brought to you by 7 Up.
Heyo. I got Modelo. Like I said, nothing fancy for me tonight. I'm just drinking so you ain't drinking alone.
Product placement number two, American made Seagram 7.
Heyo. Some gin, huh?
Whiskey, bro. Act like you know what's going on.
I always thought Seagram's was as gin. I'm more inclined to try it.
Seagram's, it has that dry gin, but Seagram 7 is whiskey.
Ah, excellent. 7-7, huh?
Only way to go, man.
All right, you about ready to get this started, brother?
Let's do it.
Okay, man. Here we go. See the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I love me some me.
Welcome to our fourth edition, week 5 update. Again, welcome back, y'all. I'm sorry again for not getting to you guys last week. Leo, if you're out there, congratulations for being week 4's top scorer. I didn't forget about you, man. So shout out to Leo one time. And that man that you see in the gift there is Josh Allen, who was taking 102, right, Jacker?
Second overall, you got it.
Second overall, man. And that number 1 pick holder this year, ooh, maybe having some regrets, maybe having some Amon-Ra regrets, right?
I've seen the stats. I've seen that Jonathan Taylor's playing. I just haven't seen that he's playing.
Right, man. He's yet to be seen. Hopefully that Colts offense can get going because that's the reason I parted ways with Michael Pittman. I was thinking this offense I want nothing to do with. Anyway, we know how this goes down. We're going to get into a weekly recap where we bust the cap and go through the matchups that were this week, starting with the closest and ending with the beatdown of the week. We will roll into the No Mames manager of the week and finish up with the league leaders. Anything to share before we get started, Jack?
Let's do it.
All right, man, let's do it. So here we go. And womp womp, no Amon-Ra gets, unfortunately, giving Bag Chasers his first win of the year by losing for a total of 2.94 or 84 points. Oh my goodness.
You were in a giving mood this week when it comes to Tyson or Titus.
I am
That's the
not
second time I've done that.
I'm not happy about this loss. I will tell you that I ran into him earlier in the week, and I let him know that every time I faced Davante Adams in leagues leading up to this year, Davante Adams has always just burned me. And once again, he burns me, and I am not happy about it. Everything was going swimmingly fine. I was enjoying watching the game, watching the Raiders about to burn it all down again. And then, boom, a 40-yard touchdown to Davante Adams. And I'm like, well,
yeah, that 50-yarder to start the game kind of puts a little fire in your ass. Like, oh shit, this is getting kind of serious. Second and third quarter, he's non-existent. Fourth quarter, here he comes. Ruining dreams.
It was tough, but I am very glad that Titus gets into the win column. I was not in a giving mood. There are methods to my madness or trades and things like that. I will say this. I did not have 2 players complete their games in Damian Harris and Chris Olave. Now, I also understand that Titus didn't have Rashad Penny to finish the game. However, I do feel that me not having those 2 players being able to finish did ultimately affect the outcome. One thing that also affected my outcome this week was having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players, including my defense, scoring less than 10 points, which rarely happens to me. But it is what it is. It's not what it's not. I am not happy about it. But however, I am not freaking out just yet. Anything to say about this game, brother?
Titus just pulled off the greatest week ever. So there's nothing that's going to top this for a while. Because if he's waiting for a Raiders Super Bowl, he might as well just sit down and get comfortable.
I don't think anybody's waiting for a Raiders Super Bowl. Oh my God. I don't even think Derek Carr is waiting for that. All right, moving on. Krieg surprisingly being quiet and being 3-2 at this point in the league by taking down Finding Debo by a score of 140.38 to 129.96. Finding Debo unfortunately falling to 3. Remember, this is the auto draft team. This is the auto draft team. I kind of have to put that disclaimer out because he didn't get to pick much of his players. So overall, Bolts Krieg rode Austin Eckler to a dominant win. Well, at least a somewhat dominant win, but Austin Eckler was as such, just dominant. Again, what was it on the ground? 170.
150 plus, closer to 170, almost 180.
173 that on 16 carries. That's 11 yards a carry.
Yeah, you're not reading that wrong. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that is crazy. And for a Browns defense, that's supposed to be pretty good.
No tackling fuel in Cleveland right now. It's too expensive.
Yeah, maybe the prices on this fuel is a little bit too high. Mark Andrews on the flip side for Finding Debo having another great week. That'd be such a great tight. If you don't have a Mark Andrews or a Travis Kelce at this point in the league, it's almost no point in starting a tight end. So way to go, Bolts Krieg, improving to 3-2, hanging in there, Finding Debo. You'll bounce back. Anything to say about this one, Jack?
No, we're good. If Breece Hall's in, I think this game goes separate, but we're good.
Oh, there's a couple of things that could have gone different in that game if somebody was in, right? So my favorite matchup to watch this week was absolutely Dirty Mike's Chubbs handing Connor McKay first loss of the year, the number 1 and number 2 seed going head to head. And yeah, absolutely right. It was just shootout from the moment it started. Led mostly by Justin Jefferson on Dirty Mike's Chubbs. How many catches was it? Was it 10, 11?
10. I want to say at least 10. I know that for sure, but it's feast or famine with him. And this week was a feast week.
12 for 154. He had 13 targets. 13 targets. That is crazy. That's basically what, 3 a quarter at least?
3 a quarter.
Goodness gracious. And then to have somebody like Stephon Diggs go for 8, 102, and 1, just be like a supporting member of your team, that is nuts to me. So Dirty Mike Chubb really putting the hurt on this week, showing what he can do. I will say that I was competitive against him when I did play him. I lost by less than a point. So I'm silver lining this week for me. Silver lining for sure.
Yeah.
Connor McKager, unfortunately, getting his first loss of the year. So no more winless teams, or excuse me,
undefeated teams.
Undefeated teams. Yeah, there was something was under my computer here that kind of tripped me out. No more undefeated.
The stat line though, just to think that Stephon Diggs only had 108 that's a gross number to even think about. The fact that it's only that, because this dude usually puts up 120 plus.
And what's really only is Mike's running backs here. He got Dameon Pierce, who I knew he was going to take, and it was a great pickup. Nick Chubb, who was just he says PPR what? That don't matter to me. And then DeAndre Swift is going to come off the bench eventually. So this is going to be another great team. Connor McKager obviously has a great team. So these are 2 heavyweights here. I'm glad
these are 2 juggernauts.
Yeah, I'm glad to see this was an interesting game, and I'm excited for the second go around with these 2, so to speak. Anything else better?
No, we're good on this one. I can't. Well, right. Deshaun Watson, when he comes back, I hope he takes away the touches for Nick Chubb.
Oh, I didn't think about that. That's probably that might happen. That definitely can happen.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be paying $500 million though to somebody to get tackled, to be honest. I'd let my running back do that.
But Cleveland's done weirder things.
That's me. Yes, weirder things. Right, he can handle himself. On to our top scorer of the week. Throw Rogan Experience decimating 2 Kittle too late by a score of 182.64 to 141.64. Throw Rogan Experience improving to 3-2. So good job to you, Jack. And 2 Kittle too late dropping to 2 and 3. And you were just leaping over the competition, just as Josh Allen is up there, because let's face it, you set Josh Allen in there and you won that position for the week.
Yeah.
I think we were discussing his worst week was 21 points against Miami.
Yeah, and that was every team's is down to have one of those games where nothing works and something's going wrong every play.
And I'll be honest, I watched as painful as it was for me, I watched that most of that Steelers and Bills game, and when he was throwing the ball, it didn't even look like he was like trying. And I'll be honest, he was just like knock it back, let it rip, and then just like start jogging down the field to celebrate his touchdown. It was crazy how good he was on Sunday.
He was throwing one of those Nerf Vortex footballs, the one that has the whistle.
The whistle.
Yeah,
it was nuts. And then to not even have to really think about Leonard Fournette or Travis Kelce on this team, who went off and had absolutely bananas days for each of them. Maybe not yard wise for Travis Kelce, but touchdown wise.
Yeah, between the three of them, that's almost 100 points. So
yeah, impressive.
Yeah, it was pretty gross.
You beat a whole nother manager this week. But too Kittle too late, not putting up a terrible week. Would have beat me, would have beat Titus. Just not enough spark all the way around. Patrick Mahomes was able to lead him. Josh Jacobs. Can we talk about Josh Jacobs for a second? How good he's looked and how I doubted him. I had in no part of that Raiders backfield whatsoever. Now I'm going to try to see if I can trade one of my studs for the Josh Jacobs type.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs is a pleasant surprise for most owners who picked him up. Who, if you weren't a Raider fan, that was a reach to go and get.
To go pick him up.
To go pick him up, yeah.
Definitely. I counted him dead, and I was not even considering him in any kind of draft. But
I thought he was going to be a distant two in that offense. I thought they were going to be. It was going to be a running back by committee, and it was going to be a bunch of checkdowns and maybe a couple dives here and there. Nowhere near what the output he's giving right now.
And when he runs, it looks like he's running hard. Like he's running defenders over. It's and he's making catches. So he might be.
It looks like a smaller version of Doug Martin. What was his name? Doug Martin from the Muscle Hamster from the Bucks back in the day.
Oh, so the Bucks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's what he looks like.
So Leo, keep your head up. Leo, also shout out to you last week being the top scorer. I like the pattern and the trends that you're facing right now. I think it was 180 last week, 140 this week. You're doing well. Just got to be able to fire off on all cylinders at one time, much like ThrowRoganExp did this week. So great job, Jacker. Are we moving on?
Product placement number 3. Thank you, Gatorade.
Gatorade.
Keeping my hydration hit.
All right, on to the beatdown of the week. Dalvin at the Chipmunks putting a hurting on Check My Balls, who unfortunately finds himself in this category for the second time, losing by a total of 89 points. And this is bad.
He's getting beat like he stole something.
This is bad. Yeah, I think we talked about it in the pregame. Having your defense being the highest scoring player on your team
is not a good sign.
It's not good. I mean, on the flip side, though, shout out to Edgar being able to find points. I know I was kind of giving him some shit this week. So I am happy that he was able to get something going, led behind a huge game by Gabe Davis and those 2 deep touchdown bombs, which, again, Josh Allen's just playing. He's a man amongst boys at this point in the league. And Derek Carr. I cannot believe that Derek Carr is he is a viable option. But how long will he be? And if you want to make that coin flip, power to you.
I wouldn't mind taking him off his hands. I'll trade away. I'll change my team name and get rid of Aaron Rodgers if I can pick up Derek Carr.
Send in the car.
Yeah, I'll trade in the car.
Edgar, you hear it? You hear it here first from the horse's mouth. Not to say that you're a horse better, but you hear it here first. We have Derek Carr for Aaron Rodgers and Leonard Fournette. Was it? I'm kidding, sir. I'm kidding. But Edgar, way to go. Check my balls, man. Let's get back to the drawing board, figure it out, and let's hope for a better week next week. Sure.
Does the league offer therapy for these beatdowns?
You know what? I can do some group therapy if we're interested in, but I do charge by the hour. I'm kidding, y'all. I'm kidding. The No Mamas Manager of the Week going to Jonathan this week. He did not start a QB2, and he also did not attend a Bad Bunny concert, so he didn't have that excuse in his back pocket. He lost by 11 points and had Ryan Tannehill on the bench who scored 12.5 points, which would have gave him the dub. Also, we talked about it a little bit earlier, brother. There was somebody else on that bench who scored 25 points who did not get the start. So
Breece Hall, that's another one. I'll trade almost anybody right now. Let me get some Breece Hall.
I like a little Breece lightning in my life as well, man. So, Jonathan, no mom is we. But again, it happens. We get it. But if it does happen, you will get some shit for it. I owned it and I lost, but I also apologize to y'all because I don't like when people do that. However, I know that things happen. I will start sending out reminders on Saturdays to make sure we set lineups, or at least Thursday and Saturday. So that way we can avoid this in the future. But Jonathan, no mamas, sir. League leaders, Connor McKager, despite getting his first loss of the week, is still holding the league lead with 879 points. Dirty Mike's Chubb coming in second at 804, and me rounding out the top three at 765. I will mention that my guest tonight is creeping up behind me at 754, right, brother?
Two ass hairs away. 2 ass hairs away.
I think 9 points away from me, and then 5 points separates you and the fifth place, right?
Yeah.
So
it's getting close.
I love this competitive league this year. I'm super excited about it. Anything to say before we part, brother?
I mean, 1 and 2, absolute phenomenon when it comes to scoring. Seeing what each one of their teams can do, it's kind of gross. So I'm hoping they pump the brakes a little bit, but I'm catching up. I'm figuring out how to do this stuff.
You talk about Dirty Mike's Chubbs and Connor McKager.
Both of them, yeah, phenomenal. It's ridiculous. It's like, oh shit, they put up 180 again.
From the rest of the league, please slow down.
Yeah. Please pump the brakes a little bit. We're coming down the grapevine. Let's slow down a little bit.
Now, looking forward, y'all. I do like that my brother's out here advocating for the rest of us to maybe get a little bit of help. But I will mention bye week start this week. So now we start separating this is what my team can do on a daily compared to, yes, exactly, compared to actual managing and being able to stay on top of things. Waivers going through tonight. I'm excited about that. I love seeing the crazy notifications Wednesday morning.
I got some money out there too.
I hope you get yours, as long as it's not stopping me from getting it.
I mean, if you get yours, I hope you paid for it.
$79.
Yeah.
That should have been a no mama's week right there. All right, brother. Anything to say to the league before we peace out?
Let's do it. Let's get for the next week. I'm ready.
All right. I'm looking forward to that Eagles and Cowboys game.
Oh, wait, hold on. Product placement number 4. Mountain Dew Code Red.
Mountain Dew Code Red is delicious. All right, brother. Have a great week.
Fuck the Eagles. Eagles can suck it. They don't even know how to spell their own team name. That's why they have to say it out loud.
Oh my goodness. So diehard Cowboys.
Really?
Well, Jalen Hurts, that doesn't apply to you, sir. That doesn't apply to you.
Oh no, it definitely applies to that running back.
All right, big brother. Have a great week. Don't forget, waivers going through tonight. Bye week starting. Let's have a great week, everybody.
Take it easy.